Hi everyone, Tim here at Cozy Homestead again. And the thing I want to talk about next is something that y'all really need to be aware of. This is about a House bill that back in January of this year, Jimmy Raskin, that dipshit from Maryland, him and his ilk put forward, and now they're trying to push it through right before the election. And once I explain what it is, you'll understand why they're trying to push it through. So this is H.R. 6981. What is it? The title? Prohibition of Unauthorized Private Paramilitary Activity. Now, this is what it says in the bill. And again, you can go look it up for yourself. It's right there. It shall be unlawful to knowingly, in a circumstance described in subsection B, while acting as part of or on behalf of a private paramilitary organization, and armed with a firearm, explosive or incendiary device, or other dangerous weapons. Now, they're writing it in a way to where you won't even think twice about this and just look over it. But here's the thing. Paramilitary activity includes publicly patrol, drill, or engage in techniques capable of causing bodily injury or death. Number 2, interfere with, interrupt, or attempt to interfere with or interrupt government operations or a government proceeding. Number 3, interfere with or intimidate another person in that person's exercise of any right under the Constitution of the United States. Like they really give a damn about the Constitution. Number 4, assume the functions of a law enforcement officer, peace officer, or public official, whether or not acting under color of law, and thereby assert authority or purport to assert authority over another person without the consent of that person, or, number 5, trained to engage in any activity described in paragraphs 1 through 4. So, do you see why they're trying to push this through before the election? I don't think it's going to go anywhere. It better not go anywhere. But, you want to know what the penalties are? In the case of violation that does not result in bodily... Oh, wait. Let me actually read from the penalty section. Any person who violates subsection A shall be fined under this title, imprisoned for not more than 1 year or both, except that 1, in the case of violation that does not result in bodily injury and is committed by a person who has not, prior to the commission of the violation, been convicted of violating a federal or state law, the person may be sentenced to probation for a term of not more than 1 year. Number 2, in the case of a violation that occurs after a prior conviction under this section has become final, the person shall be fined under the title imprisoned for not more than 2 years or both. In the case of a violation that results in damage to property, the person shall be fined under this title, imprisoned for not more than 2 years or both. And in the case of a violation that results in bodily injury, the person shall be fined under this title, imprisoned for not more than 5 years or both. And then B, death. If it results in death, the person shall be fined under this title and imprisoned for any term of years or for life. So, that's what the Democrats are pushing now. Because if this election goes the way a lot of people think it's going to go, I think they're worried about an uprising. And, just going from state to state with your weapon could be considered a violation of this bill that these ass clowns are trying to push. Do I think it's going to go anywhere? No, I don't. I think it's going to be put in the round file before it has a chance to get there before the election. I mean, we're just over a month away from the election. So I don't think it's going to get there. But this is what the Democrats are trying to do. Now, keep in mind, Jimmy Raskin is the same guy that said that when the time comes for certification, they will not certify President Trump. So what do you think is going to happen in that case? So it may not happen before the election, but if the Democrats were to gain control of the House and Senate again, they could easily push this through on swearing-in day, which I believe is January 3rd, and then have it law before the certification of the election. In that case, if they don't certify the election, they know the crap's going to hit the fan. Poop's going to go flying everywhere, including up in D.C., and that's what they're afraid of. So what they're doing is they're trying to get this bill put into place so that if there is an uprising, you're going to go be put away for a long time. If you go across the state line with your weapon and some ammo, you're going to go to jail for a long time. So it's going to be incumbent on the red state governors, if that does happen, the red state governors to name militias. If it's a named militia, it's a militia that's certified or approved by the governor of the state, then they can't touch them. Now, I'm not trying to fearmonger. I'm not trying to scare anybody, but this is what they're trying to put through. So if they were to gain control of the House and the Senate, which I don't think they do, I think the Republicans are going to have control of the House and the Senate because, Pelosi needs to go, Schumer needs to go. And even this guy that is Speaker of the House right now, he needs to go, this Republican. He's so wishy-washy, and they've got him right under their thumb. So, take a look at this bill. Tell me what you think. Like I said, it's H.R. 6981. They put it through at like the middle of January of this year, and they're trying to get it pushed through. God help us. That's all I'll say. We can't let them do this to us. We can't. They're going to be infringing on our rights with this kind of bill. This is going to also push forward more gun control. So, tell me what you think. Y'all take care. Stay blessed.